Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today I am here with Robin Shimizu, and we are talking about all the wonderful things that will help you do business better by protecting your health. Robin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Terry. So
Good.
it's the new year. Isn't it crazy? We're already here in the new year. And one of the things I wanted to just talk about briefly is how we don't have New Year's resolutions anymore, but we instead will just develop a habit, a happy, healthy habit for the new year instead of um, taking on a big, huge New Year's resolution like you want to lose, 10 pounds by the end of the month kind of thing. Instead, instead, just develop one additional happy, healthy habit. And so for me, I thought I'd ask you what your habit would be, Terry, that you wanted to focus on. But for me, I want to focus on because what you focus on grows, right?
Hmm.
So I want to focus on positivity this year. And I think
Nice.
positivity will give me, because what I'm doing is I'm journaling with Lawana Parker.
Hmm.
And I'm journaling with Lawana because it's helping me put down my thoughts, put down my feelings, put down how I think and feel about things that I don't take the time to do. So that's my one happy, healthy habit that I'm going to adopt this year, which is focus on positivity and gratitude and journaling with Lawana Parker. So I think if I take just that on, that's
Mhm.
going to help my spirit and
Wow.
my emotional well-being. Yeah. So, what would be your happy, healthy habit you'd like to focus on, Terry, if you were to pick one thing?
My thing is going to be communicating better with my customers because the last couple of years I have just been so distracted that I really haven't paid attention to that. And so I want to connect better
Good.
with my California cover up customers. So I'm paying more attention to California cover ups. I guess that's my habit because it gives me peace of mind when I sew, and it gives me peace of mind when I see the smiles on people's faces when they enjoy the things that I serve
It
up to
must
them.
bring you joy
It does.
when
It
your
really does.
customers are so happy with what they have and when they wear it. Like when I wear
Yes.
my cover up, it
Mhm.
feels so happy.
It
Yeah.
does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's something about it that really sets off a different set of endorphins, I think our guests will say.
Well, your stuff is so unique and it's one of a kind. They're pieces of art because you had make them.
That's
And
true.
and that's the thing what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing my money on supporting people that are I've decided I don't want to buy from big box stores if I can help it. I'm
Mhm.
going to buy from people that are putting their love and their joy into what they make.
Wow,
So
that is
whether that's soaps and creams and things like, I mean, I'm just going to be very intentional about
mm-hmm. Who you support.
that's
Hmm.
right. That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so that's enough of us, right? Should we bring
Yes,
on
you're gonna make me cry. Okay, let's go. Who do we have today?
we have Lynnis Woods-Mullins, and I have I want to do a little introduction for Lynnis because it's the new year, and I want people to know who she is on the replay if they haven't met her before. So Lynnis has been with us for many years, and she's been our wellness coach. And so I'm going to read from her bio. So Lynnis Woods-Mullins is a certified holistic living and wellness expert and
Mhm.
certified holistic living and wellness coach for women over the age of 40. She's a founder of Praiseworks Health, and we're going to get into some of the things that she provides us in terms of her programs and things like that when she comes on. So I'm not going to go through all of that, but her focus is to educate women about the mind, body, spirit wellness using holistic practices, fitness, nutrition, and spiritual renewal. She's been over 50 years as a dancer. She's a certified nutrition life coaching coach and yoga and Pilates instructor. I mean, so
Oh,
accomplished. She's
yes.
recognized internationally and nationally for her contributions, and she's been on TV. She's got podcasts. She's got a radio show. She's got an I mean, it's just like crazy. I could go on and on. And most importantly, I wanted to say that she's married. She has a hubby, and she has 4 grown daughters and 4 grandchildren. Those are probably just the love of her life. So, anyway, she lives here with us in California. And with that, let's bring Lynnis on.
Okay. Good morning, Lynnis.
Yay. Uh-oh,
No,
we can't hear you.
hold on. I'm going to unmute her. Oh, you have to unmute your mic. I don't think I can unmute you. Let's see.
Wow.
There.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I
Alrighty.
was. Thank you for that introduction. It's so funny when we got started. I had to run out real quick and go to the bathroom because I've been drinking lots and lots and lots of water. So that's the trade-off when you're doing that, is that you have to go to the bathroom. So anyway, good. I'm so glad to be here today. I'm turning off my phone because all these notifications are going off because I just recently posted something on my blog that led to Twitter, and I've been getting a lot of notifications from the people on Twitter about our immune systems during
Oh,
COVID. And I think it's important that we kind of go over some of these things we already know, but I think people forget. And right now, I think people are so traumatized and so tired
exhausted.
of the whole thing, exhausted. They're trying to do everything that they can. And sometimes what happens, we get into our emotional eating thing. And for
Mm.
some comfort, I think we all have done that, right? Especially over the holidays, we probably had a little bit more fun, hopefully, than we did last holiday because we were able to see our loved ones. And so now here we are with the numbers going up. So maybe it's a good idea to do a refresher in terms of things we need to be remembering and thinking about when it comes to fortifying our immune system. So that's what I wanted to talk about today.
Yay.
Okay. I
Okay.
mentioned water earlier, and the reason why I think water is so important is that it is a natural detoxifier. It helps to push those toxins out of your body that really don't belong there. And a lot of times, what happens, the regular food that we eat, and by regular food, I'm talking about, the food that we eat that, you know, part of our sad diet, the standard American diet, some of that food is dehydrating, like sugar and coffee. Definitely dehydrators. And if you are still eating any of that, you definitely want to try to drink at least half your body weight. If you can drink at least half your body weight, I think that you will be very, very happy overall. When you're drinking at least half your body weight, you're going to probably be a little bit more clear in your brain because the brain is comprised of like 90-something% water. Hopefully, you're going to maybe be more regular in terms of your bowel movements. And if you're adding lemon to it, you're going to be gently detoxifying your liver. And if you're adding something like cucumbers to it, you're going to help maintain your alkaline levels so that you don't get too acid. So there's all kinds of reasons why you want to make sure you drink water. But there's some other things that you can do to help boost your immune system when it comes to eating. I'm only talking about foods and maybe a few supplements. I'm not necessarily talking about the other holistic things you can do because we'd be on here for hours and hours. There's so much you can do. We don't have to allow ourselves to just get sick. There are things you can try to ward off and fight off those things that might make you sick. The viruses, the COVID, unfortunately, colds, flu, all of that, because many of these things are happening because our immune systems have been compromised and have been compromised for years. For years,
Mm.
our immune systems may not have been as good because of our eating habits. The bottom line, the things that you eat, the supplements, exercise, and the amount of stress is all relevant when it comes to our immune systems. When you take a look at that, eating, exercise, reduction of stress, those kinds of things. Those are all things that we're kind of depleted in our society. We just haven't done a good job, as good a job as we should. And it's not from lack of information, and it's not from lack of availability of resources or the things that we need to do it. It's just not part of our lifestyle all the time. And I'm generalizing, but in general, this is one of the reasons. Okay. So when it comes to, boosting your immune system, you want to make sure that you're getting plenty of vitamin C. And yes, a vitamin C supplement will definitely help, but why not go ahead and get it to your foods as well? That's the best way you can try to do it, is through your foods. Now, there's some that will say, well, you want to make sure that you have foods that are organic, because if they're organic, they're not going to have pesticides and things like that. And then it will be even more helpful to your immune system. And this is true. But I say that some is better than none. If you can't find organic citrus fruits, then maybe you do go ahead and just get those oranges, those tangerines, all those kinds of things. I did want to say there is I'm trying to think of the name of the brand. It's like a Tangelo. It's a combination of tangerine and something else. Those have vitamin C in it, but I just want to let you know that those are genetically modified. So if you're eating organic, you probably won't be picking those up. You'll be picking up just your regular orange, your regular tangerine, your regular grapefruits, those kinds of things. The other thing that you want to make sure that you're eating of course, are lemons. Limes are extremely important. What you need for a daily vitamin C would be 75 milligrams for men and 90 milligrams for men. That's pretty much, 75 milligrams for women and 90 milligrams for men. That is, in general, what you should be going for. Another thing you want to take a look at is eating bell peppers. They have the most vitamin C, actually, of any vegetable. And red bell peppers carry about, just your normal size red bell peppers, about 45 milligrams of vitamin C. Plus, they also are very rich in beta carotene, which is also important when it comes to maintaining just an overall healthy diet. Another thing you might want to take a look at is broccoli. Broccoli is charged with vitamin minerals, a bunch of them. Lots of vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin E. It's a great fiber, but also it has antioxidants. It's probably one of the healthiest vegetables you can put on your plate, because it really does help boost the immune system. Now, all of these things, you might consider eating cooked, but so far what I've mentioned, you can eat raw. Now, some people may not be able to eat, for instance, a lot of raw vegetables. I understand that, because it doesn't agree with their digestive system, but you can steam them just a little bit, or blanch them just a little bit, so that they'll be easier to eat. Because some people, as we age, teeth loss, or you're using implants or whatever, it's kind of uncomfortable to eat foods that require a lot of chewing. So you can also just blanch them a little bit and cut them up real small, or you can put them in a blender if you want to add to a smoothie or something like that. So there are ways to still get your veggies and your fruits if it's difficult for you to chew. Now, this one everybody knows, but I still want to mention it anyway, and that is garlic. It has so many immune boosting properties. It's just amazing. And of course, you can eat it raw if you want to. That can be powerful. Or you can use it in your stir fry, in your soups. It's been shown to be very good at fighting actual infections and also lowering blood pressure. So it's definitely good. And one of the reasons why it's so immune boosting and why it works so well, it's got a lot of heavy concentration of sulfur containing compounds.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it does help to fight a lot of infections and things like that. Another one that's really good is ginger. And ginger is used a lot in the Indian cultures, Asian cultures. We don't use it as much in our American diets, but we need to add that. Add some ginger to your smoothie. Add some ginger to your soups or your stir fry. There is an ingredient in ginger that helps with sore throats and any kind of inflammatory illnesses. Sometimes ginger helps with nausea. Sometimes you can put ginger in some hot water and drink it if you're feeling nauseated. One of the viruses, one of the COVID offshoots or whatever strains, makes you feel nauseated. So maybe a little ginger tea, real ginger. You can get the ginger root at the grocery store, and you just wash it real good, and then you peel off the outer layer and then drop it into your tea. You can chop it up real little and put it in the tea. You can use it just, like I said, to do stir fry. Some people use it with their fish. It really is a great ingredient to add if you haven't been adding, in terms of making your food even more healthier. Another one you want to take a look at, and this is what Popeye loved, spinach. Remember spinach? Spinach is super important, not just because it's rich in vitamin C, but it's got beta carotene in it. And it also
Mm.
has a lot of antioxidants in it. And it really helps to fight infection type stuff that comes into contact with our immune system. So, if you're not only getting sick, but also, you have abrasions or cuts or things like that, eating spinach helps you to heal much faster. Similar to broccoli, it's the healthiest or easiest when it's cooked. Now, this is interesting because a lot of people like to eat raw spinach. But if some of you find that you're getting gas, or that you're getting some uncomfortability in your stomach area, that's probably because you need to maybe braise that spinach just a little bit, just cook it just a little bit, so that it can still retain its nutrients. Definitely any kind of greens that you have, you really don't want to overcook it unless you're going to drink the liquid that comes out, because all of the liquid and stuff is going into, all the nutrients and stuff is going into the liquid. So instead,
Mm.
if you can braise your vegetables, now I know from my culture, African American culture, we love greens, right? And
Yes, we
that's
do.
fine. But there's a way to eat greens where you don't
We
overcook
tend to
them.
cook them all day too.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? If you're going to do that, okay, you're going to eat the greens, they'll have fiber. But if you want all the good stuff from the greens, all the minerals and vitamins from the greens, you need to drink what they call that pot liquor, because
That
that's where
pot
it all
liquor,
is.
yeah.
That's where it all is. So what I do when it comes to cooking greens like that is I use butter, rather than using any animal fat. I use a lot of garlic and onions. I use the stems from them as well and cut them up real, real
Mm.
small. And then I kind of braise them a little bit. And then I add my chicken broth, because I do eat chicken and fish. So, but people might want to use vegetable broth if they don't eat any if they're vegans and don't do any kind of animal fat. You can use
Mhm.
vegetable broth. And then I add my greens slowly, bit by bit, but I keep the water level down. And that means I got to hover to make sure it doesn't, cook down, and then I'm burning my greens, and keep stirring them. And maybe it takes maybe about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and that's it. And then I turn off the heat from underneath them and let them just sit. And lots of times the steam and everything else cooks it a little bit further. But this way you're not overcooking it. Yeah, the stems are a little bit more crunchy, but they've got so many nutrients in it. So that's what I do for that. Now, yogurt is something that I would suggest if you're not lactose intolerant, and if you don't have a lot of mucus floating around in your system. There's some people, I heard the other day in a clubhouse room, she said, anybody who's eating yogurt and cheese, you're just fools, you're idiots. Yeah, I get what she's talking
Wow.
about. That's pretty strong, yeah, because of the
Mucus
mucus
development.
there. Yes, but everybody's body is different, and
Mm.
I am not one of those people who says, "Oh no, don't ever eat that." The only thing I'm pretty strongly against, and I will not write it into my menu plans, is pork. I just won't do it. Usually, it's high in fat, high in salt, and I just don't do it. It's going to always be some substitution for that if you're a pork eater, because I think if you're a pork eater and you're trying to lose weight or trying to get your blood pressure down, or some of the other things that are going on, pork should be the first thing to go. I'm just saying. But anyway, in terms of yogurt, if you are a dairy eater, you want to incorporate yogurt because it has live and active cultures. And that's really important, especially for Greek yogurt. They have the live
Mm.
and active cultures, and these help to stimulate your immune system to fight diseases. So if you are, and also one other thing with the yogurt, it's got vitamin D, and vitamin D is super important to help regulate the immune system. And let's talk about vitamin D real quick, because everybody's been talking about it because of what's going on with COVID. Yes, vitamin D can help improve your immune system, but specifically D3 is what you want to
Oh,
take. And you want to take D3 with K because it helps with absorption. Just taking the D3 may not be enough. And you want
oh.
to figure out what amount you want to take. I take, if I'm going out and I know I'm going to be going out for a while, I take an extra dose of vitamin D3 with my K to make sure it's absorbed. I have noticed that when I do go out, even when I've taken the D3, I do feel a little achy once I get back. And when I do that and I go and I take more vitamin D3, I take zinc, I take my vitamin C, I drink my green tea. There's so many things you can do. And then that feeling goes away. But definitely my body is fighting off something. And I really do believe it's the virus. I've been very blessed this whole time that, not that I haven't had extreme symptoms and I haven't actually had COVID. Now, I have been vaccinated and I've been boosted. That was my personal choice. I know that other people have other choices. And if you choose not to, that's between you and your family. But these are things that you can do to try to boost your immune system so that you can help your immune system hopefully ward off this. It's not a cure, that's for sure. I'm not saying that these things are a cure. I'm saying that these are things you can do to help your body fight off whatever it is that's out there. Another thing you might want to check also is almonds. Almonds have a in it's extremely important for our heart because, of course, COVID has a lot of issues around upper respiratory and the vitamin E. There's vitamin E in there also and C, but it's a great antioxidant. Sunflower seeds, that's another thing that's really good. They've got magnesium and phosphorus and B6 and E. So they are extremely good. And when it comes to maintaining the immune system, what I like to do with the nuts and the nuts and the seeds, I just kind of munch on them during the course of the day. Now, of course, nuts are great, but they kind of have a high caloric intake. So I wouldn't say eat the whole bag. A handful of nuts, some sunflower seeds, drop them in there with some blueberries and make that your snack during the course of your day. It's a little tasty and it's definitely helping your immune system. One of my favorite, though, is turmeric. Turmeric has great ingredients that really helps with anti-inflammatory issues, and it's also very good for helping with arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. It's interesting because it's a real bright yellow, and it's a bitter spice. And a lot of people put it in their teas, but I've put it in my rice. I've also have a collagen and turmeric powder that I use to make a turmeric latte. And that way I'm getting collagen in my body and the turmeric as well. So if you're interested in adding turmeric, you can go ahead and Google it to find some great recipes or contact me directly because there's some great recipes that have turmeric in it. We don't use a lot of turmeric in our American culture, but it's one we definitely should add to help the immune system. Green tea, can't say enough about it. It's a great antioxidant. We should all be drinking it. Some people, for me, I can only drink just a little bit of green tea, maybe a cup, half a cup. I get nauseated for some reason. That's just me. But I do try to drink it from time to time just to get in there because it's a very good source of an amino acid called L-theanine, and that's Theanine. L-theanine can help when it comes to the production of germ-fighting compounds in our T cells. And you can take it as a supplement as well. It's very good for boosting the immune system. And it's an amino acid that's sometimes hard to isolate to get, from your foods, especially our vegetables. So, doing the green tea thing is one way to get that component in. Papaya, that is a fantastic fruit to eat. It's loaded with a lot of vitamin C, and it also has the potassium and the magnesium and the folate, which sometimes is hard to isolate in fruits and vegetables. So the folate, that's good too. And of course, with papaya, you want to eat it raw. Now, all of these things that I'm mentioning are just good overall, but in particular, good to help fortify your immune system. Kiwi is another one. Absolutely love kiwi. It's got tons of nutrients, folates, just like the papaya does, as well as potassium, magnesium, and vitamin K, which is something that's hard to isolate, but extremely important for us to be eating, especially when it comes to boosting your immune system. Poultry, it's because it's got that B6, and B6 is the first thing to begin to go when you have a lot of stress. And when when that begins to go, the breakdown of the body starts happening, and eventually it compromises your immune system. So taking any of the if you take a look at the stress formulas for vitamin B, you'll see that vitamin B6 has a large percentage. It has B6, it has B12, I think it's a B2 or B3. I'm going from memory now, but um, stress tabs always are a vitamin B complex. If you have been experiencing a lot of stress, it's probably good to pick up that as a supplement just to help your immune system out. Because when stress comes, that's the very first thing that it starts beating down is your immune system. Shellfish, it can be great as you don't have high cholesterol. If you have high cholesterol, you
Hmm.
want to avoid shellfish, but it's because it has zinc. And it's hard to get zinc from other parts of food other than shellfish. And zinc is very important when it comes to boosting your immune system. The good news is that if you cannot have the shellfish, if for some reason you're allergic to it or you have high cholesterol, you can get a zinc supplement. And that will help you in terms of boosting your immune system. Other
Linus,
yes,
we have a question. Can you see the
yes.
question on the screen? She says, how can I
Oh,
increase my energy level? Shiva,
ah,
just a moment. Let's,
yes. I was looking at my notes, so thank you.
oh, I'm
Um,
sorry.
that's okay. There's so many ways that you can do that. I would have to ask you what it is that you're in your diet right now. But one thing I would say is get rid of any sugar that you have, because sugar definitely might give you a little bit of a boost, but it definitely slows you down over time. Sugar is
Hmm.
toxic to our bodies. It ruins our immune system. You can also try smoothies that have a good protein powder that doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. You can add a lot of fruits and vegetables to that smoothie. That will help increase your energy levels as well. Another thing that helps increase your energy levels, in case it sounds crazy, but is exercise. That's
Mm.
really important because you're bringing in fresh oxygen, which creates brand new red blood cells. Get rid of as much processed food as possible. It's important that you be a whole food eater. Whole food eating is extremely important when it comes to helping the body create more ATP, which is that molecule that gives us energy. Increase sleep. If you're having a lot of interrupted sleep and you're only sleeping 2 hours here, 2 hours there, and not having a continual sleep, having a deeper sleep is better for you because it gives your body the opportunity to break all the way down and repair itself so that you will feel better when you wake up in the morning and have more energy. You also might take a look at the times that you're eating. Sometimes, if you're eating late at night,
Mm.
you're not digesting the food as much as you would normally if you're eating maybe throughout the day. And so, therefore, you're not getting all the nutrients throughout your body that you need to get through. And then, therefore, you're not having enough to give you the energy that you need. Um, there's so many things I could tell you with this. If you'd like, you can go ahead and message me here on Facebook and we can do a consult and I can find out what your eating habits have been. And I'll be glad to give you a free 30-minute consult to figure out what else you might need to do. I do energy boosting menu plans. I do immune boosting menu plans as well. My menu plans are anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on what it is that you're looking for. But
Mhm.
they can work if you use them. And it's interesting because with my menu plans, I really encourage people to cook at home. Rather than going out, because that way you know what's going into the food, and that's always a little difficult if you're not used to cooking at home or if you're single and there's only one person. But the health benefits are so important in terms of knowing what you're putting in your food and getting an opportunity to use good ingredients in your food, rather than whatever they might be using there. I mean, we don't know because we don't see it, but it's worth it. If you normally are used to eating out all the time, okay, let's do it gradually. Try to eat at home at least twice a week. Start with that and kind of go from there. Sometimes we have to take baby steps when it comes to making changes in our lifestyles. But it's super important to really be cognizant of what we're putting into our bodies, because that makes a huge difference in terms of how we are feeling. So, with that, I'm complete, as
Thank,
they say on Clubhouse.
thank you so much, Linus. I want people to know where they can connect with you. So I'm going to bring Robin back and let her handle that. Let's see. Robin, you want to talk about how to connect with Linus?
Got to chill. I've been doing this all day. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Oop, I'm
Oh,
mute.
you're muted. Robin, you're muted.
Silly me, silly me.
That's okay.
This is Lynnis's website, and from this website, you can pretty much access all of her programs. It's a really cool website that has all of the different programs that she. Lynnis, why don't you describe your website, because it is really pretty cool. It's new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty new.
Yeah. Well, it's relatively new. Linktree is a way that you can use just one link and it will drive people, and you can create all different things that go to all your different media and stuff. So if you click on that, if you take a picture of it and then put it in your browser, if you can't write it down, you'll see my Facebook group of over 12,600 women who are all sharing motivation, inspirational posts and information on how to stay well in your mind, body, and spirit. You'll see my link to my podcast. I have a great lineup of hosts. I'm not host, but guest on my podcast this year. I'm really excited about it. In fact, for those people who subscribe to my podcast through Patreon, if they take the top level podcast, they get to listen to After the Vibe, which is where I get a chance to have a really nice chat with my guests afterwards. You find out some really fantastic things, plus additional tips. My Patreon will be launching in another week. I'm so excited. And when that happens, I will go ahead and post it on Biz Chicks for sure. Also on there, you can follow me on Clubhouse. You can follow me on Instagram. You can take a look at my YouTube channel. You can also take a look at my websites, my Wellness Woman website, my Vibe website. But I did want to say this, and I haven't actually put it on my link tree yet because I got to put a jump page together for it. I have a new program in my group. I decided that because I have so many members and about 3,000 of them are coaches, trainers, entrepreneurs, and holistic practitioners, to open it up for them to actually advertise and promote their products and services. It's called the Premium Membership Program. And if you happen to be an entrepreneur, and I think there are a lot of entrepreneurs here, and you want to get right, and you want to get in front of a targeted group of women between the ages of 40 on up. I think my oldest member is 86 years old. But the majority of them are between 45 and 55, which is an excellent demographic. This is a great place. I usually do about 25 memberships a month. And right now I think I've got 15. So I still have 10 more to go. And basically what it does, it makes sure that your postings are seen. You also get to come into the group and do a presentation or talk about your particular expertise or passion, product or service. And you also get designated as a group expert, all with the idea of building relationships with these women in the group, because people do purchase from folks that they know, like, and trust. And sometimes just snapping up a posting isn't enough. You want to be able to talk with them. You want to be able to provide value in terms of the kind of information that you give. So please, if you're interested, just slide into my DM on that. That's Instagram. Go to my Facebook Messenger and just send me a note letting me know that you're interested in the premium membership, and we will get you started. The ladies are loving it. We do something on Tuesday called Talk Tuesday Spotlight. And that's when the ladies from the premium membership come on and talk about their product and service and what they've got going on. And also they talk about something within their expertise. They educate you and not just sell products and services. So, because I didn't want it just to be that. So check it out, and go ahead and click on my link tree and click on the women's group and check it out. You'll see in the featured section the premium members, and you'll also see in general just wonderful content that the members are providing in general, and that I also provide from time to time as well. And that's it.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Lynnis. And we want to make sure that people are aware of your wellnesswoman40.com, which is your website. So guys, I put that in the chat as well as her link tree. We always love it when you come, you bring such value.
Awesome.
So we always look forward to that. So we're going to let you go because I know you have somewhere else you have to be. You are the busy.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
James Brown was the hardest working man in show business.
I gotta go. Oh, and wait a minute. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And best wishes to you and yours. All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you. Okay. I am just always excited when your guests come. You want to tell us a little bit about who's coming up next?
Yes.
Guys, stay tuned because we're going to preview a few items from California Cover-Ups right after we have this announcement from Robin.
Right. Next week, we have Jill Weston, who
Mm-hmm.
is our Calm the Chaos guru for us. And she, I don't know what she's going to do for us, but she always comes and gives us some great tips on how to calm our chaos. So that's our guest next week will be Jill Weston. And after that, the end of the month, we'll have Brenna Garcia with us.
Okay. Oh, I love Brenna, our
Yeah,
happily green and clean lady who
that's
tells
right.
me how to keep my house clean. It doesn't
Hmm.
have to have a particular odor. She says clean does not have a smell. Very
That's,
interesting.
I love that.
Because we really have gotten used to our home smelling a certain kind of way. Wow. Well, I promised the audience that we would give them a sneak preview of some of the things that we have over at California Cover Ups. So we're going to go right there if it's okay with you, Robin.
I'm ready and able. So let's do it.
Okay, well, the first thing I want to do is I want to let you know that we're going to put the items up on the screen, and if you're interested in something, you can just DM us, DM me right here on the program, and we'll make sure that you get the link. Cecilia says she loves Brenna too. Yeah, she's good. And then she says, "I love Jill." Jill's in the audience too. So we do, we do. We really love and trust our subject matter experts, do we not?
Oh my goodness, we're so blessed. We have so many talented people out there, knowledgeable and wise. Yeah.
Yes. So we hope that you'll share this out because people need to know how to boost their immune system. So with that, we're not going to hold you long. I'm only going to show maybe 4 items. So if you'll bear with me, let me put this camera up here and get focused. I'm going to add. Let me, can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, good. Let me put this one up. Okay, so I guess you guys can see over here. Do we have an echo?
Yes.
And I don't know why. Let's see. Okay, let me turn my. Okay. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to hear me.
We can hear you.
Oh, good. All right. This is a little black tunic, and I'm going to um, take it off the mannequin so you can see the embroidery work there. This has gold on gold embroidery work.
Wow.
I know isn't that pretty?
So it's not just sewn on, it's actually embroidered right
It
into
is
the
actually
fabric.
stitched on there.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then overlaid because it is lined.
Now is that one size fit all or what size is that one?
This runs small. This is probably for someone who is a size 4 or a size 6. I wanted you to see that the embroidery work is also repeated over here on the sleeve,
Pretty.
and then the sleeve is trimmed. Isn't that pretty?
Now how much does that one run, Terry?
This one runs $49. So if you're interested in that, you can just put black tunic in the chat, and we'll send you the link so that you can, if you wanted to purchase this. But I'm going to put it on the mannequin so you can see the length, because a lot of times we want to know, do we have coverage in the rear?
Yeah, that's a nice length. So it covers the back end.
You see that?
Good.
Yep. So I'm going to whip this off, and I'm going to put another.
That would look
tunic
really
on.
pretty with palazzo pants or leggings, black leggings, any of that. That would look
Yeah.
really
Oh, yes.
cool. Yeah, or a
Oh,
little
I
black
need to bring this
dress.
up to the camera before I put
Oh,
it
yeah.
on the mannequin so that you can see all the jewel work on this. Isn't this pretty?
Wow.
Yeah. And it's repeated around the back of the neck.
Okay, go lower it, because we can't see the back. There we go. Okay, got it.
And there's the front. Can you see the top
Uh-huh.
of the jewel work?
Uh-huh.
And then it's repeated down here on the sleeve.
Oh, nice.
Now, as you can see, this is sort of a chiffon. You can see it's
Mm-hmm.
sheer.
Mm-hmm. But lined, huh?
It's not lined. It's only lined up around where the jewel work is.
Okay. Because you can't see through it very, I mean, it's not like
No,
that
you
clear,
really
so it's
can't.
pretty.
But I don't want to give the illusion that it's lined. You will probably need a camisole or something under here.
Oh, isn't that
Isn't
beautiful?
that pretty?
Yes.
This is a size 6. I only have one. I ordered them in extra large and large, but when I tried it on, it's obviously not sized according to American sizing. Must be European sizing because it was extremely tight. And I'm 14, 16. Well, it was before the wonderfulness of the last 2 years. So this one is 49
Cute.
also. And you can see it's nice and long, Robin, in the back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's got those 3/4 length sleeves.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to whip this off because I have 2 more things I want to show real quick that I love. And you know, it's been so cold out. We've got viewers all across the country. And I was looking at the news this morning. Omaha has snow for days. This is an African print cover up, and it is lined in denim. Can you see that?
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't that
And it's nice and long. Great in the car. I love cover ups because I can throw them on the back seat and then just grab them when I'm ready to get out of the car. This one, if you wanted to, you could close it up like a duster, but there are no closures on it. It is poncho style.
that is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Goodness.
I
Yeah.
love this fabric. And then I love the fact that it just opens up into that beautiful denim lining.
That's gorgeous.
Now this one runs $119. I'll put it. You want me to put it on?
Yeah.
So you guys can see.
Stand back a little bit further, Terry, so we can.
Okay.
There we go.
Am I in the frame?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that looks so nice on you. You need. Oh, that is so beautiful on you, Terry.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
good. I really enjoyed these cover-ups. I like them because then I don't have to worry about, what size I am this week.
And they're one of a kind. So
Yes, they are.
if somebody
Well,
buys that, and you're not
this
gonna.
one is not one of my handmade ones, but I only have one in stock.
Well, they're still one of a kind.
Yes. And the next one, this is our last one. Our spring
And how much
preview
do they cost, Terry? Did you say?
is also a denim-lined African print cover-up.
Pretty.
Can you see that diamond
Yes.
print? It's got blue, orange, red, and black in the design. And then when you open it up, it's got that dark blue denim lining. So let's try it on.
Yeah.
We're going to put a little mannequin over here for a minute because I know I don't have a lot of room. I'm going to turn here so that you can appreciate the pattern. And then let you see.
Isn't
Isn't
it?
that gorgeous?
And you could wear that with just about any color because it has all those other colors in it, black and red and orange and
Exactly. It picks
Yeah.
up everything. So, like a little t-shirt and jeans with a little heel,
dress
and
it up.
you're out the door. It's a no-brainer.
Cute. I like that little black dress you've got on too, Terry. That's dark
Thank you.
with the pockets.
If you want to know more about that, just put something in the chat. But I just wanted to give you that spring preview from California Cover Ups. You can hop on over to our site if you like what you saw today. And I just want to give a shout out. Thank you so much, Robin. I'm going to walk into the
I want
room.
one of those little black dresses, Terry, that you got on.
Okay. Well,
Sleeves
we're
and
going to,
pockets. That's darling.
but we'll take care of that. We will take care of that. I love my little black
Put
dress.
that in your next order.
So now this,
Oh,
you
Terry.
keep talking about, you know, your custom made items. So I just want to close with this one.
Oh, isn't
I
that-
love it. You know, the thing that makes me sew is the fabric, and this fabric is just gorgeous.
that is gorgeous.
This gives you a chance to see that it is
Wow.
the fabric is sheer, and we are looking at gold sequins
Yeah,
on chiffon.
beautiful.
So with that, we want to thank you so
And
much
that's
for taking the
definitely
time
one.
out
Oh,
today
that is so
to
pretty
spend
on
some
you.
time with us here.
Oh,
Spend some time with us here
good
and
job.
to take a look at some of the things that I have to offer that I serve up to you to keep you looking beautiful. That is our assignment at California Cover Ups. So, Robin, I want to thank you so much for helping me today.
You're welcome. My
I'm
pleasure.
going to get rid of this camera.
I love every single one of those outfits that you had out there, Terry. Beautiful, all of them. Especially the one that you made, the gold one, the last one that you made. That is just so special. The fabric is amazing, and I think that's one of the things I'd like to say as part of the show is that I am just amazed at the fabric that you offer us because it doesn't wrinkle. It keeps you warm. They're beautiful. I mean, you just shake them out and they look. Can't hear you.
There is something about chiffon that just keeps you warm, keeps you cool. I'm like you. I was stunned at the fabric and the what would you call it? The attributes of the fabric. You know,
Mhm.
the
Very
effects.
resilient. It always looks. Yeah, I have it all folded up in my scarf drawer, and I pull it out, and it's just like beautiful. Anyway, you use the best fabrics in your garments. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You know, we just love you guys, and we are just so happy to bring you this information from Lynnis today. And I just enjoy Thursdays because Thursdays are when I get to share a little bit from California Cover Ups, and you get to share a lot about how to keep us healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of my most exciting days of the week. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and remind you to go to the front of your own line. Who do we have coming up? Did you say next week?
We have Jill.
Jill is
West.
going to be in the
Mhm.
space showing us how to breathe easier
Mhm.
during this time. So she's
Crazy
going to
time.
come and help us, what, Robin? Calm our chaos?
Calm our chaos.
All right. So thanks again, everyone. And Robin, we love you. We send health and blessings to your household.
Thank you. You too, Terry.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be talking tech and English. Don't be scared. Come on in and let's have that conversation. Bye bye.